Have you ever noticed how you become a completely different person at night? Like, during the day, you're doing the whole functional human being thing. You reply with, sounds good, and no worries, and let me know. You make eye contact. You pretend you understand what quick call means. But then night hits, and suddenly you're alive. Your brain gets poetic. You start journaling like you're the main character in a quiet indie film. You finally text back. You suddenly remember your dreams. Your personality returns like it was stuck in traffic all day. And the weird part is, you don't feel tired. You feel real. It's like daylight turns you into a polite employee version of yourself, and nighttime turns you back into you. So why does that happen? Why do you feel more honest, more emotional, more creative, more yourself after the world goes quiet? Because there's hidden psychology in the night that doesn't just change your mood, it changes your identity. And if you've ever wondered why your best thoughts arrive at 1:37 a.m. like they paid rent, you're about to understand yourself way more than you expected. Let's start with the first type. This is the person who spends the entire day performing, not in a dramatic way, not like you're on stage with a spotlight, more like you're constantly managing your face. You wake up and immediately your brain is like, okay, what version of me are we being today? The responsible one, the calm one, the funny one, the one who doesn't seem too intense. You go outside and suddenly you're in public mode. Your voice changes a little. Your posture changes a little. Your personality becomes edited, and you don't even realize you're doing it until night arrives and you finally get to stop. You're in bed. The lights are low. Nobody's watching. Nobody's asking anything from you. And it feels like taking off shoes that were secretly 2 sizes too small. That's because during the day, your brain is running on social self-monitoring. It's the part of you that's scanning constantly. How am I coming across? Did that sound weird? Should I smile more? Was that too much? Was that not enough? It's exhausting, even if you're good at it. So when night comes, the audience disappears. And without an audience, you stop acting. You stop filtering. You stop performing the acceptable version of yourself. And that's why nighttime feels like freedom. Not because you suddenly became more interesting, but because you finally became unedited. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone you know. The person who seems normal all day, but at night turns into a philosopher with feelings. That's not random. That's the real person returning. Then there's another type, the night thinker. This person isn't just more themselves at night. They become dangerously honest. You know what I mean? In the daytime, your brain is busy. It's doing tasks, solving problems, avoiding embarrassment, surviving. But at night, your brain starts opening old files. It's like your mind goes, oh nice, we finally have quiet. Great. Let's review every emotional moment you've ever had. Suddenly you remember that one conversation from 3 years ago. The one where you laughed but you didn't mean it. The one where you wanted to say something real but you didn't. The one where you acted fine but you weren't fine. Now it's 2 a.m. and your brain is making a documentary about your inner life. And honestly, sometimes it feels good. Because during the day, you don't have time to feel your feelings properly. You have to move. You have to answer. You have to do things. You have to keep going. But at night, you finally have emotional space. And your nervous system goes, okay, now we can process. That's why you suddenly feel more connected to yourself, because the noise of the day is gone. No messages, no obligations, no pretending, just you and your thoughts. But here's the twist. This nighttime honesty can feel like self-discovery, or it can feel like self-attack, because the same quiet that helps you hear your real feelings and also makes your insecurities louder. So if you're the type who feels more yourself at night, but also more emotional, it might be because nighttime removes distractions. And when distractions disappear, your inner world finally gets the microphone. Now let's talk about a third type, the I can finally breathe person. This is the person who doesn't feel safe being fully themselves when the world is active, not because they're hiding something bad, but because they've learned somewhere in life that being visible comes with pressure. Pressure to be productive, pressure to be impressive, pressure to be stable, pressure to be okay. During the day, everything feels like it has expectations attached to it. Even relaxing feels like a performance. You ever tried to enjoy your day off, but you still feel guilty the entire time? Exactly. That's because daylight hours are associated with duty. The world is open. People are awake. Time feels expensive. Everyone is doing something. And if you're not doing something, you feel like you're falling behind. But at night, the world gives you permission to exist without proving anything. You don't have to be efficient at 11:48 p.m. Nobody expects a life update at 1 a.m. Nobody's watching your progress. Nighttime feels like a private room for your nervous system, so your body unclenches, your shoulders drop, your mind becomes softer, and you start doing things that feel like you again. You listen to music you actually like, you watch the videos you're too embarrassed to admit you love, you daydream, you plan, you think about your real goals, not your reasonable goals, and that's why nighttime feels more like you. because it's the only time you're not being measured. Then there's a fourth type, the secret creative. This is the person who has ideas all day, but only trusts them at night. In the daytime, your brain is practical, it's logical, it's structured. It's like a manager walking around with a clipboard going, okay, but is this useful? Is this realistic? Is this efficient? But at night, that manager goes home, and suddenly your brain becomes an artist. You start thinking in scenes, in stories, in emotions, in possibilities. You write better, you draw better, you imagine better. Even your humor gets better at night, like you're funnier after midnight. Your thoughts are sharper. Your personality is more alive. That's because nighttime lowers the pressure of immediate action. During the day, every thought feels like it has to lead to something. If you think about a new idea, your brain instantly asks, okay, but when are we doing it? How much will it cost? What if it fails? At night, the consequences feel far away, so your mind can explore without being interrupted by reality. That creates psychological freedom, and creativity loves freedom. So if you feel more yourself at night, you might not be lazy. You might just be someone whose mind opens up when it's not being rushed, when there's no deadline attached to being human. But there's one more type, and this one is quietly dangerous. This is the person who feels more themselves at night because they finally stop trying to be good, not morally good, socially good, the good friend, the good child, the good partner, the good worker, the good person who doesn't complain, the good person who doesn't need too much, the good person who doesn't make things awkward. During the day, they're constantly shrinking themselves to fit. They don't speak up, they don't ask for help, they don't say what they actually want, they just behave. But at night, their true self shows up. The one with opinions, the one with anger, the one with dreams, the one who's tired of being easy to deal with. And in the quiet of night, they start admitting things to themselves like, I don't actually like that. I'm not okay with that. I want more than this. I've been pretending. Nighttime becomes the place where they stop lying to themselves, and it feels like relief, but also grief, because it's hard to realize you've been living as a smaller version of yourself. So if night makes you feel more real, more intense, more honest, it might be because the real you has been waiting all day to finally have a moment alone. A moment where you don't have to be agreeable. A moment where you don't have to be fine. So what does it all mean? It means nighttime isn't magic. It's permission. Permission to stop performing, permission to feel, permission to think, permission to exist without being watched, permission to become the version of yourself that doesn't need approval to breathe. And that's why you feel more yourself at night than in daylight, because the day is a stage and the night is your room. Now here's the question. Which one are you? Are you the performer who finally relaxes when the audience leaves? Are you the night thinker who becomes emotionally honest in the quiet? Are you the nervous system that only feels safe after the world sleeps? Are you the secret creative who wakes up when pressure disappears? Or are you the person who finally stops being good and starts being real? And maybe the deeper question is, what would it look like to bring a little bit of that nighttime you into the daytime? Not all of it, not the 2 a.m. overthinking, but the honesty, the softness, the realness, because you shouldn't have to wait for darkness to feel like yourself. If this felt a little too accurate, you're not alone. And if you want more calm, psychology-based videos like this, you can subscribe. Or just meet me again tonight when your real thoughts come out.